We are live.
Welcome everyone to the Gunpla podcast. This is number 8, and sorry it's been a few months since the last one. We've gotten very busy here, and obviously we're now over 25k. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and who's going to join us today. Throughout the podcast, feel free to ask some questions. We'll get to them as we go. With me today, obviously I'm Mark, and I have Danik, the founder. So hello, Dan.
Hello. Sorry, I was editing the sound at the same time. I'm quite busy right now.
That's all right. And this is a special podcast because we have with us the founders, owners, the creative minds behind robocity.com.au. So we have Lance and we have Mike. So hi, guys.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Yeah, hi. How's...
And you can see the very spiffy setup in the background there. We've got some works. We've got the massive poster, and they're even wearing nice polo shirts. Sorry, so they look very professional. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. And you'll be coming in through the podcast. We're going to start with the typical part. We're going to start with the news. So, Dan, let's take it away with the first kit we're going to talk about.
That's for sure. And we talk about a kit that has made people talk a lot in the last few days, and that's the... There it is.
A few days since January, people have been going through a lot of tissues, I think, about this, whether that was crying or something else. We've got the Leo.
Yeah, the new high-grade build diver Leo 144 NPD for non-player diver, I think. Non-playable diver, something like that.
Yeah. We've got a few weeks, I think, before we get the first episode, before we find everything out. But so we're looking at a June release date this year at the moment, 1,200 yen, which is pretty damn cheap, I guess. So yeah, Lance, Mike, what are you guys thinking about this one? Have you been up with build divers? Have you seen that yet?
There's a lot of promotion on the build divers at the moment. We're getting a lot of the kit release that we cannot probably disclose at the moment because due to just the confidentiality between our distributor and us. But we've seen a couple of few of the new releases, and they are looking really good. I'm so excited of these build divers kits are coming out. They are looking really slick. But it's a shame that we could not disclose any at the moment because of just confidentially. But as some of the pics that's been released now, they look as good as what you see them, and you can imagine what you can do to them, and just even building them straight. They look great, and the mechanics of it is improved, and they're gonna be great kits to build.
I don't know if you can go back to that last picture, Dan, the 4-way head picture.
Yeah, give me a second.
Sorry, Lance, go on.
All of the new kits going to be very poseable and all that, so it'll be great, man. And especially this one, like it's a grunt one, so the people's going to buy just to build mass, and the price.
There's going to be like an army of them, like grazers, I guess. And the dirt cheap, 1,200 yen.
You gotta love the design of it. The new design of the diver kits looks amazing there. It's so unique, but they also look good at the same time.
I'm going to guess with this one, because of that 4-way headshot they've given at the end, as well as the 3-way shot above, you're going to get 4 different types of, parts for 4 different types of head, whichever one you want to make.
That's the beauty of it, eh? So it gives you. I'm assuming this one here will give you the extra runners to choose which look you like, which is excellent. That's awesome.
It's going to be pretty sweet. I imagine those are going to not stay on the shelves too long once people are they've got them in stock. So for you guys, that might be a problem whether you can actually keep enough stock. Because the forums have just been ablaze with that sort of the moment someone saw a Leo coming.
Now we get a lot of inquiries about them at the moment, so we're putting quite a large. We're actually taking in a lot, so we'll definitely have a release and put some special on them as well, just to get them started and running, because they are really good kids, like amazing kids.
Sweet. Dan, we're going to move on to the. Do you want to pronounce this one for us?
Nope. You're gonna do it.
All right, I'm going to slaughter it. The HGBD, another build divers, 1144 Giraja. I don't know how you pronounce that last GA at the end, but one of those.
Giraga, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's Japanese. You're not supposed to say the R, so it's like Giraga. I don't know.
I can't imitate a Japanese person. I'm sure it's not politically correct either, but
you're gonna offend someone.
Probably. This one's also June 2018, and the current price tag stated was 1,800 yen. Now, obviously, this one's 600 yen above the last one. The last one was a grunt suit. This looks like more of a specialized one, but it also looks like there's a bit more plastic to it, a bit more an Epion-esque tail to the back of it. A stand. That's the build diver stand you can purchase separately.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really popular because people's just going to buy it just for the tail, eh?
Yeah. That was a thing. Like, I think that people like the Epion, and that's got a similar tail. So these age designs as well, they kind of had like a dinosaur-esque style design to them. And this is obviously an age-derived kit from Gundam Age. So yeah, Mike, what do you reckon?
I really like it.
I love when it comes to tails and flare. I love it. I love the tails.
Claws, bright blue paint job.
3 tails on it. I had 3 tails on it. I wish I could add more, but I love the design of it. It's good the way it is. It just the blue probably. Not my touch. I would probably like it a bit more flamey and reddish type, and orange type of color. But yeah, so we actually haven't got a release and order date on this kit yet. So it's I'll have to sort of follow it up. It's a beautiful.
Yeah, they've just said.
Pretty sure this thing.
But that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I personally dig it.
You dig it?
Oh.
Yeah, man. I don't know why they get. It looked like a monster. I don't know. It's a different mobile suit. We don't see that kind of design too often in the Gundam universe. And well, I was not the biggest fan of Gundam Age, but I like it. I like it. I like some of the design from Gundam Age, like the Age 2, the Age 1. I really digged it. The Age 3 I dislike, but this one it's a bit special. I don't know why. It's like. I don't have like any objectivity or anything. I just like it. It just hit me at the right place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I was I've come late to the party because I only discovered Gunpla like after age 30. So for me, getting an age kit was a bit harder now, I guess, and I do like the designs. So at least it looks like you're going to get a chance if you're an age fan to get some of the designs now. They're coming through build divers, so. You'll get a chance to get those on. You might even see age re-releases. Who knows? All right, next up, 160.
Yes, and we proceed with the newest, perfect grade 160 Gundam Astray Red Frame Kai or something like that. Sorry, I'm French. I don't know how to speak English. There it is.
This is an interesting one because it says it'll be premium Bandai exclusive within Japan, but it's regular release to the rest of the world.
Yep.
So we're finally not getting screwed,
yes,
around the rest of the world.
Yes, America. No, okay, sorry.
But basically, it's just added armor to the red frame anyway. So it's very hard for them to to try to re-release.
Justify.
Yeah, sort of thing. So,
okay. I mean, I haven't really seen the red frame. I'm not an Astray fan, as some people are, but yeah, it does look very much bulkier.
I got someone in the chat. Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, no, the main red frame isn't anything different at all. It's just the weapon pack, So yeah. And the extra 2 katanas, so yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Did you actually get 2 swords in the original release, or that's a new thing?
You only get 1 in the original. Yeah. So.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, I have someone in the chat asking me, Justin is asking me, how do I feel about the Astray Kai? I like it. I got a master grade. It's a good kit. So if you are looking to get a perfect grade Astra, I think that's the right one for you. Like I think that's gonna kill the old one. It's basically the same one, just with the Kai unit on it.
Yeah, that's right. The PG Astra is one of the best ones around. It's very, very poseable. It's very solid. You know, it's an excellent kit. It's not like some of the other PGs where it's very fragile. This one you can actually fully pose it really hard. You know, it actually can stand on 1 foot and everything. So it's really good. The perfect.
I guess that's good for it because you don't need a stand and you're not worried if your $300 kit's ass itself, you know, when you're not in the room.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to say, like, they add some details on the on the Kai unit. I don't know what you call it. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna call it the Kai unit. And I like the green they added, and that big, huge ass sword. If you like sword, that's your thing, I guess. That's your kit, and the bow. So I'm just gonna repeat myself, but I think that's a perfect grade killer. I mean, it's gonna kill the old Asteroid. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but
no, it could be right. I mean, it could be like the Sazabi versus the Sazabi versus.
Oh no, that's true. It's P Bandai in Japan, so it's not gonna kill it in Japan. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. So that looks like a cool release. Now the last one we were going to talk about was a P Bandai release.
Yeah, that's one that saddened me. It's a low blow. I'm taking it really hard, but that's the P Bandai. Give me a second. There it is. I'm not gonna try to say that name. It's all for human.
Oh, okay. The HG 1144 Gundam TR6 Wundwort. I think that's how I've heard. That's how I think people have been saying.
That's right. You got it, man. You got it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
My English is good.
Yeah, better than mine. That's for sure.
So So look, we're looking at apparently a June 2018 release date. So it looks like June's going to be a packed month for releases, which is good because it's tax time here in Australia. 1944 yen, so 2,000 yen. I don't know. So this is actually a good question for Mike and Lance because they are dealing with a lot of P Bandai here in Australia, which we wouldn't usually get access to from a local store. Does that seem like the right kind of price for those pictures? Like, is that a good price? And obviously, it will change depending on the country you're in, and going through third parties and shipping and.
Well, the actual price, because it's actually that's how much it retails in Japan. So that is actually pretty cheap.
I don't know what P Bandai prices. I imagine they're quite up there. Can be, but that seems cheap, reasonable.
That's definitely for price or roughly. I think it would probably convert. Yeah, after when we import it, then it would be roughly about. I think it would be roughly my calculation on the top of my head. It costs about $40 to $50, so which is pretty good for.
That seems reasonable for P Bandai. Like it's well under 100. It's half of that. So.
Yeah, so if it's unfortunately, obviously, if you can get it, if you got source, you can get it from Japan, then it'd be a lot cheaper. But for us, but
unless you're in an Asian country, generally, like you don't have a P Bandai store or a distributor, so you go through, like you guys, a vendor to get it.
Yeah, so obviously we try to sell, and pretty much we're not making a lot on the P Bandais in Australia. After taking out the cost.
It's a hard one, definitely. I'd imagine, like dealing with that. Like I work for a retail company, and it's that bottom line's always a hard one to watch because you want to do right by people, but you don't want to, rip yourself off. So, okay. There's a comment from Zeta Gunpla. Interesting to see how many people put their money where their mouth is with the Wundwort. Like every single builder, it seems, definitely going to buy it, but are they? And Shoki reviews, well, you know how much I hate buying P Bandai, so he won't be buying that. Yeah, look, I mean, that looks like it's a pretty cool kit. It looks like it's got,
good, man. Yeah, like the color separation on that, and like the design's totally different, you know. So
The special features. Is that I don't know anything about this design, so this thing kind of looks like a bobble-headed, like, you know, it's a bit weird. Is that not a full-size Gundam, or is it a?
I got no idea from where it's from anyway as well.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Shoki Reviews just said sorry. That was actually sarcasm.
Just to respond to Zeta, I mean, I guess it's one of these designs that a lot of people really dig, but like I agree with him. How many builders gonna really buy it because it's PBNI, it's hard to get. And personally, I'm gonna buy it because I got a contact, and I'm lucky enough that he's gonna get it for me. Thank you, Brian. But yeah, if you really dig that design, get it, guys. Because if we buy enough PBNI, maybe they're gonna make it like as a mass-produced product instead of just releasing them as PBNI. We'll see like people get interest for that kind of design. Zeta Gunpla says it's from Advance of Zeta. Thank you, man. And yeah, man, it's quite a shame that it's only it's a P Bandai. Seriously, I'm kind of pissed off this time. I'm never pissed off at Bandai, but this one I'm pissed. this one is like hitting me right in the face from I'm living in North America. But
yeah, so obviously someone said this is Advance of Zeta, and that's one of those series we haven't got an anime for yet, and Sunrise don't actually own. It was Dengeki Hobby or someone, I think. It was a side. So there's obviously they're doing some of the kits this year. We've had the Hazel just recently as well last year, and they're getting to these designs now, but yeah, that's obviously a limiting factor.
It just looks so cool, man. It's like it's so unique. I don't know.
The suit was designed to be like a transformable suit.
It just looks like the Hazel had a child, and that's the child.
Yeah, it was strongly. It basically is based on the Hazel, but the series, this one was developed with sort of implement with the Hazel, but made into a transformable mobile suit. And this was more an advanced suit that eventually it's been designed based on the Hazel. So that's where this suit came from. That's why with the little funky legs, because they're all like their thrusters when they transform.
Yeah, I'm seeing that actually. I went to the wiki for it, but yeah, it looks like it's cool. So obviously, it's going to have a lot of gimmicks to the design when you get the HG. Hopefully, obviously, it's probably going to be a parts former due to the size, but like Lance said, the color separation looks good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's not too many stickers in there, but yeah, it definitely looks great. All right. Well, I think we're at the end of the news right now. So
I'm just gonna jump in and show up my most awaited kit of 2018.
That would be the MG. Yes.
Yes. Nobody was excited about it, but I'm hijacking the podcast right now, and I'm just showing it because it looks so good. So get that, people. F91 2.0.
Hijacking the podcast.
Yeah, like.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. So get that, people. It looked good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it but I have never built the original MG, so I don't know like a whole lot of difference between it. Did you build the first MG or?
Nope. Okay. But I'm gonna build that one. I can tell you that.
Lance, Mike.
Nah, I haven't built the MG either, but by looking at that, it's really nice. I have like the inner frame and everything. Wow, the detail on it.
Like all the old trim, eh?
Is that going to be LED light up at the back, or?
Someone mentioned today that it's going to use a special kind of LED, and I'm not sure about it. So,
nice.
Look at all the weapons they're giving you.
Yeah, I haven't been for
a 2.0 can't be bad.
Yeah, good. We got a Zeta Gunpla in the chat saying, does anyone else realize the importance of F91 in their history of Gundam design? I don't know. Does anyone know?
No, but it looks fully weird to me, and I've seen the movie. I haven't read any manga for it, but the movie was very chopped and pasted and weirdly and stuff. It was a hard one to watch. Do you want to tell us there, Zeta? If you're listening on the chat, would you like to give us a little brief about it? But a 2.0 kit can't be bad, so they'll probably be a good one when it comes out. And you may not see the original around. If anyone's built the original too, just leave a comment on the video if you're not watching now, and tell us what you thought of the original and how you think the 2.0 will go. All right. So I think pretty much we might be done with the news, unless you want to hijack us into something else there, Dan.
No, I think I'm good with the hijacking right now. Do we have any other big thing that came out?
Well, they just released the meta build version of the 91. So
yeah. Oh yeah, that was last week.
I can show it. Not a big deal. Continue talking. I need to search it.
There was an announcement, I think, of the HG Violent we've just put up on the website as well. But I mean, that's not the first Violent we've had out in HG form, so I don't know what the difference would be, unless it's a revive.
Yeah, I can show it. It's new from today, actually. I'm just going to show it really fast.
Yeah.
There it is.
July. Okay.
July, and we got like the model picture at an expo. I don't know which one. But, yeah.
That's an RE kit, isn't it?
Sorry?
The HG, yep.
Yeah, HG, you see.
So we've had a couple of Violents, and I know in Twilight Access there was a Violent as old, which was just a P Bandai recolor with additional parts from the original Violent, and there was two of those. So I don't know what is different about this one. We'll have to wait for some more details.
Yeah, well, I think they released two premium Bandai recently about the Violent. I don't know how you say that. I'm sorry, guys.
Violent, yeah, from Zeta.
Yeah, come at me. It's all right. But I'm not a huge fan of the design. Please, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a huge fan of the design. You can stone me if you want to. Anyway, it's the internet. You can reach me. but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the design. What about for you guys?
I like the shoulders, with the thrusters and all that. that's just it's different. Yeah, mate. It's insect-like sort of thing. So yeah.
I think it's got some arms that pop down or something from the shoulders. They rotate out, like the little claws change place for arms. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not my cup of tea. I probably wouldn't get it.
I dig it. The bulkiness works for me.
Well, good for you.
All right. Well, let's move on. So the main reason we got the podcast on today as well was kind of an introduction, congratulation, and a few questions with Lance and Mike. Obviously, you guys are well aware of Lance, and he's been with us on Gunpla Network since almost the beginning. He's been on podcasts and stuff. And Mike is his partner, and these guys are the owners of Robo City, one of the newer or newest, I'd say, Gunpla stores in Australia. So they're there now. Dan's got the website up. Please check this out. There we go. I love their webpage, guys. You did a really good job with that.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Cheers.
Okay. So feel free to ask some questions if if in the chat there, if you guys have got any. I've got a couple of questions here I was going to ask them, and if I miss anything, feel free to go on with that. So, Lance has discussed this probably, a year ago or so, but, Mike, we haven't heard from. So why don't we start with Mike, and why don't you give us a minute or two on your, your hobby background, how you got started, how long you've been doing it?
We all started back probably my early age when I actually heard about Gunpla, and I watched a bit of Gunpla as well. And that sort of came with vague memories. So it's always been back on my head. But just about 4 years ago, where my cousin came over, and I thought, oh, Gunpla. And I always had the impression that Gunpla was just a very hard thing to build, but it's so detailed. It's such a beautiful kit. And I never thought I can build that type of thing. And he goes, oh, just build it. And I go, oh, do you need glue for this stuff? And he goes, no, you don't need glue. And I go, oh, this is awesome, which makes it so much easier to build. So it's just something that I never knew about until I got involved with it. And then I started building it normally. And then eventually I thought I'll build enough confidence, and I started entering GBWC in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's where, So it's sort of self-taught a lot of the skills, especially now with Lance. After knowing Lance well, he helped me a lot in building my skills building. So, and last year I built my as you probably some guys may have seen my Destiny, Burn to Rise. And yeah, and since then I just fell in love with it. I just love modifying, and I just love creating it into a beautiful artwork. It's just something that it's such a great stress reliever when spare time. I just love doing.
Man, that Destiny, when you were putting up pics of that in GBA, it was just like, so hot. And obviously, literally with the fiery color scheme you were going for, but also just the design as well was great. Lance, quickly give us your summary, your resume again.
Yeah, well, I've always been into modeling and all that since I was young, but I've only got into Gunpla around 3-4 years ago now. Yeah, so because back then I didn't really have time. Yeah, but now I try to find time. Because around 3 years ago I was my first time I entered into the GBWC. Yeah, so yeah, and
you won. Wait a sec, didn't you win that year or something?
I actually came second that year. So yeah, and then that actually brought up the hype of it as well. Yeah, and everything. So yeah,
for everyone listening podcast, first year Lance enters, Lance comes second. Next year Lance enters, Lance wins. Last year Lance enters, Lance comes third.
So
feel free to hate Lance. He's easy to hate. No, he's a
that is Lance entry from last year, actually. Concept. I don't want to say that. Concept Atom, something like that.
Athene.
Palace Athene, yeah, the concept of it. So I just wanted to do like a sketchy version of that. Yeah, so how it actually looked like in the design. So
if you can find some like high def photos anywhere on the web, which I'm sure there will be some, it's just if you can zoom in on the pages behind the kit itself that are flowing all around it, it's such a great concept and design. And I'm sure those pages took you weeks.
Quite a while to print and to age and like airbrush it and everything as well. Yeah, so.
I watched Lance build that thing, and the amount of time he polished that thing was like, oh my god.
Yeah, like I wanted to get it really glossy, so I polished and like many hours of polishing just to get the glossy car look sort of thing on it.
Yeah. And that's good. I'm glad you guys are actually like the owners of a shop, because you're so passionate about the hobby and you can understand. So, you're not just there for money or whatever. You're actually like deeply involved with the hobby. So that's great, because I'm sure there are some owners that aren't. So
I also got Mr. Top Build from last year, actually, right here. Give me a second. If you want to talk about it more. Look at that.
Yeah, insane.
That's why I'm here, guys. I'm just here to show you picture. That's my job.
Yeah, like technical support.
It's got 3 tails on it, so that's why.
Love my tails, man.
Did you scratch build those tails?
No, those tails are basically just straight from the Epion kits. So we have a lot of spare kits, a lot of second-hand kits as well, which something down the track that we'll think of try and do some spare parts.
Yep.
But at this stage, we just sort of utilizing it. We have a lot of spare parts around. So a lot of our kits that when we kit bash is all spare parts. So we already I start off basic with a Destiny kit, and that entry was based on a Destiny and a Shenanju Stein. They were the base kit of it. So I started with those 2 kit and then kit bashing them, and a lot of other parts were just spare parts that we had lying around. And a lot of the chest piece was fully scratch build, as you know that the Destiny's chest is a lot smaller than the Shenanju portion, so you have to sort of try to make it in portion with the legs and body as well. And pretty much the wings, I had to modify the wings to give a differential, because the whole look we want to look like a phoenix. was a phoenix look that was out with the Snanju. So the wings and the colors was all based on the phoenix look.
You've definitely hit it. I think it's great. I love it. The kind of dark, fiery.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah,
because oh, go for it.
Yeah, and
broke up a bit.
And the base, yeah, your base took you a while to do too, right? Just trying to get the curve out.
Yeah, so the base we as us, we sort of probably can say to the community, compared to community, we are quite young in Gunpla. So we always think of something, trying to do things differently and new and innovative. So the thing that when we started Gunpla, we saw an entry where we noticed the biggest problem with a lot of Gunpla entries is that how they're going to display it, how does it stand up? And especially when you modify it so much, it's so top heavy, it's really hard to actually get it to stand by itself. And after with all those paint, then your plastic starts to be weak and things start to break. And also just mainly the overall look. So we see a lot of entries where basically put a nice pole straight through the middle, and we thought that sort of look a bit invasive with how the way the kit looks and display looks like a pole. It looks really out of place. So Lance and I sat for a very long time, and we figured how can we make this make display work without the pole standing right there. So we came across of trying to have it come through the side and make actually the kit look like it's flying. So if you've already noticed that Lance's entry and my entry looks very similar.
Very similar.
We basically have our support coming around on the side, and the thought process is trying to implement it into your entry and make it look as part as one without looking like it's been picked up. So so a lot of thought, and it's it worked out really good for us, and we're very happy with the results. So this year we'll think of something different as well. So
which we only have a few months for. Hey, that's scary. We got July.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like move forward. We get a new convention center, but we have to go forward a month. So all right. How did you guys get started on the idea of Robo City?
Well, we were just having like a build mates at Michael's house. Like there was a bunch of us as we were doing our GBWC, and like we were throwing ideas around and everything. Yeah, and so and that's what we wanted like to do permanently as a place to go to, because there was lacking anything like that in the Western Sydney at all. The only thing that we have as a build mate as up in the city at Hobbyco every fortnight or so, but down this area there is none. You get what I mean? There's nothing down here. Yeah.
I should point out I live like in a similar area to these guys, Western Sydney. So you pretty much have to go to the city if you want to see this sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's also the fact that even when we sort of seeing their building and discussing with each other in Australia, we sort of like we knew about Gunpla like then we were building, but then we sort of asked like our friends ask, well, what you guys are doing? Well, we're doing Gunpla, and they go, what is Gunpla?
Yeah.
And it sort of ring us a bell to us. So like there's not a lot of people out in Western Sydney that know about Gunpla. And we sort of figured, wow, this is such a fun hobby to take up. But not much people know about it. And people, get the misconception it's Transformers. Well, they're not Transformers. So you don't want to upset the Transformer guys about this, but so we sort of so it came across how all this venture of us started to come across is trying to spread that awareness, and it's it's so far
we could segue for a sec actually, because you guys just last weekend had the Penrith, which is in Western Sydney, the Penrith Arts Craft Hobby Show. So and you got to spread some Gunpla news there, and you had some people who had no idea what it was.
Definitely, like we had some really keen customers that really they had no idea what they were, and I had to sort of explain to them where they all came from and where they were based from, and surprisingly they loved the idea that the fact that you didn't have to use glue to build these things. Where a lot of people think you need glue to build them, and it's do you have to paint them? And I go, no, they just look as great as when they come out the box, because they get their conception where a lot of how they open up like a military or even a car kit where it's all monotone, all one color, and they think they have the glue and then they got to paint it. And I said, no, with Gunpla, you don't have to do that. It's just the colors are there. It comes great out of the box.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing how much they just bought after it. It's like they bought kits after kits, and they're loving it. They were really excited. And those are some of the guys that these are the guys who bought are the ones that never know about Gunpla until we just sort of explained to them how to build them.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. So it's so you had stuff on display, like not just your kits.
Yeah, so definitely they love the fact that they also love the fact that they actually there's GBWC for each of these for this hobby. Yeah. And that what got them really rolled up, and they were just throwing ideas to me. Oh, Mike, I want to do this battle scene and do that. And this guy never done Gunpla before, and I go, wow, like it's amazing how they just love the look of it, and they realizing how simple to build it, and then most of the time you can spend is just modify and create the look that you really want to look. And so it's like a few guys doing that, and it's built $100 a build. And I go, wow, it was amazing. And there's a lot more people that. And what we noticed also out of that expo, a lot of people still walk by and still don't know what they are. So we still got a lot of work to take out into Western Sydney and explain them and expanding this hobby, because it's a fun hobby. Like, all of us, like me, you, and everyone in the community.
And you got Kieran and now Ryan, I think, as well, on board with you. So, you got some other guys helping spread the word.
Yeah, so we have Kieran and we had Gary. As well, part of the team now. So we're all aligned at the same, trying to spread the word. So we got so Gary's a very talented builder, and Kieran, as you know, he's our current Australian champion and also the special award winner in the world. So we're doing all right, I think. Hopefully we keep it.
And then
no worries.
We also had help from Emmanuel and Alex as well. Yeah, they came and they actually talked to all the customers as well when we were busy. So yeah,
Emmanuel's good at that, because when I first went to Hobbyco, I think he was one of the first people I spoke to. So
he's a great guy. Yeah, very very close friend of ours as well, and he's been a great support for us. Definitely.
Sweet. All right. Well, I got another question. We've had some guys asking if you ship worldwide.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. But saying that, because Australia shipping is like as you know, Mark, pretty expensive. So so just contact us and then we'll work out a price for you. Yeah, mate. Yeah. But we can, but it's really not our control. You get it, mate. So,
Oh, definitely. So if you're after P Bandai and you want to try it with these guys, pick out the kit on the website and then send them, the part code or the link and say, hey, what can I get this shipped to Bangladesh or something? I don't know, India, wherever you are, America. And they'll give you a price on the shipping. So we've got another question here for you. So obviously this is just very recent for you guys. It's within the last year. You've started fully exploding with this, the website, and going out into shows and stuff. Where do you want to be in 3 years?
In 3 years? Well, definitely. Well, our goal is pretty much as we all, our main goal is to spread the awareness. Is we will eventually have a center, hopefully a center we can actually display people's work.
Yeah.
And also an area that we can hold a workshop, so we can spread the skills that everyone can build. So there's no always, because the very common thing that we get a lot from people when we ask about GBWC is that, we're not ready for that. We don't have the skill to do that. And a lot of people, in other words, we try to spread that GBWC is not about what level your skill is. It's all about just getting involved with the event. And Australia has such a great group, doesn't matter what level your builds are. We get together, we have a talk about, we share our skills, we share how we build it, and everyone can improve. And this stuff is very simple. And us as Robo City, we're willing to share all the, if you want to know how we did this and how we did that, shoot us a message. We'll tell you. We'll tell you how to do it. It's not very hard. Like a lot of us here, are not like 10-year experience kind of builders. Is us.
Yeah, we all just started, like even with Kieran, like we actually helped him, and like he loves like doing tutorials and all that as well.
But yeah, Kieran's a very talented. He's a very talented builder. His skill set, his craftsmanship is amazing, and he's very pedantic how everything has to be perfect. So if you see his build, they are perfect. It's unbelievable his skills. He has a lot of woodwork background as well, so his craftsmanship is amazing, next to none.
Yeah, so
definitely. And I mean, you guys, we've all been, we all share around private messages. You ask on the Facebook pages, and you guys are very willing to share.
You can actually see Kieran's work on the screen right now.
Yeah. So definitely we just want a center where everybody can come in. Like something like the expo that we just had. I actually want the giant the giant Gundam in front of our store. How cool would that be? Eh?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so something like that. Like a center in Sydney. That brings all the Gunpla together and everything. So yeah, so that'd be great, man.
Yeah, so that's our ultimate goal.
Keep going.
Yes, it's pretty much our ultimate goal. So basically, we have that center for everyone, for the community to share. So, and I think the biggest issue, a lot of people's work where enter GBWC don't get enough credibility, recognition afterwards, because sort of one show, and then hopefully we can create a little gallery, like a museum, where people can put their work in and everyone can come and have a look at it and appreciate all these amazing work because in Australia we have a lot of good builders, amazing builders. And unfortunately, you have guys like Lance with bloody always take the first, second, third and stuff, right? And poor guys like us, right? They don't even get a one show and that's it. But obviously once we have this, we can get this center up running, then we'll have people's entry placed there. So which is all right.
So
I think it's a great
that have commented here saying like you guys have an amazing attitude, like no elitism, willing to share. That's what they want to see more of. So
the whole Australian community is like that, we always have fun, we always get together, we always build ideas and help each other, rise better, to just become a better community and like a better builder, better kids, everything.
Yeah, there's no secret here. There's no secrets.
Yeah.
I just have a personal story. Like one time I was trying to do some battle damage on my HGUC goof, and it didn't look great. I mean, that was the first time I was trying to do real battle damage, and the first guy to send me a message was Lance saying, "Yeah, man, you should add a bit of black there, and change a bit of that." And I didn't ask him. He just jumped in on Messenger and just text me and tell me what to do. So that's the attitude of this guy. Like, even if you don't ask for help, they're gonna help you. It's not a choice.
hey Dan, not bad for a bunch of convicts, eh?
Sorry? Yeah, not bad for a bunch of convicts.
All right, so keep going.
We're Gunpla fanatics. Yeah, we love it. We just love hacking kits and making them into, the way our very unique style. And I'll create them to a nice piece of work that you can put on your shelf, put on your table.
Yeah.
And anyone can do it. Like anyone who can put a kit together can create entries like most of this there's like what we call great builders, but anyone can do it. It's easy. Just shoot us, we teach you how.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely the best way to be, and like the people that are here are always they're saying they love it, the attitudes you guys have got, which are fantastic. And I agree, the Australian scene is very much like that because I'm only new to it myself. It's been like last year was my first GBWC and this year will be my second. So everyone's welcoming when you go to the event. There's tutorials and panels, and it's the best way to learn because you can then discuss all the ideas with everyone. We might just open it up if anyone's got any live questions now, just for a couple of minutes. and we'll see how we go there. Colonial stick together. Shoki, are you Australian?
Yes. Also, I just want to put in also is that Robo City, we have to say a lot of thanks to the Australian community as well, as they have supported us through the beginning of our venture. So Gunners Builders Australia and our distributor Hobbyco, which is they have support us through this venture. So we wouldn't get to where we are at without those guys, and also our skill where we learn a lot of our skills off our group there. So if you guys like want to just go join the group, it is it's a great group. Everyone's friendly. There's no bagging each other, and we're very big on things. There's no if there's any negativity, that we'll try to resolve it on the spot. They try to resolve on the spot, and great group. If you haven't met this, if you raise like a question that you want to know about Gunpla building, there'll be guys lining up to answer your questions. And not only that, there'll be multiple techniques of doing things. As you know, there's not always one way to do things. Yeah, great group. Like I cannot
I got a question.
Yep.
Are either of you into Gundam, as in the anime? Which one?
For me is the 00, of course. So because that's one of the first ones that I watched that I really liked and really connected to, because of the animation as well as the story and the actual the design of the Exia and the 00. So I love it.
And Shoki loves that too. He's like, woo, 00. And if you haven't, check out Lance's 2016 entry if you have not seen it. It was just amazing. And there it is.
Yeah, that's my one.
There you
So
go.
if you're a 00 fan, check that out. Mike, how about you? Got a favorite series in the Gundam?
Well, I like I like all of the series. Like I do like my 00 series. I love my Seed series. I love my Build Fighter series. I love the Unicorn series. There is no favorite, but in particular the suit. I like suits with big wings. I love the suits with very flary. So the Seed suit design will appeal to me. The storyline, I guess, a lot of arguing with a lot of people about it. Like it bothers me sometimes, but I just love the design of the suit. There's no doubt about it. The destinies, the freedoms, they look so cool. But the storyline, we just let's probably won't go there. There's a can of worms we want to open up.
AKA the series where everyone gets a Gundam.
But no doubt about the suit design in the series. It is a very good suit. I love the Build Fighters too. The Build Fighter.
Yeah, Build Fighter is good for me. I love it.
I like it too. It's
fun.
It's a fun thing. Right. Yes, definitely. It's sort of aligned to sort of what we want to get to as well. Like they have the centers and everyone's all building together, and it's not about just competitive. And there's a competitive side to a thing, but at the end of the day, everyone's all good friends. There's a handshake towards anything.
Yeah.
So Build Fight is great.
Okay. So Lance, we've got Shoki from Shoki Reviews has said he bows down, and can you teach me, senpai?
Yeah, for sure. Once we have the center, he's welcome to fly over or come over. Yeah, man.
Sweet.
I'll teach him.
Cool. Steve Middendorf, probably for one last question, I guess, has asked, have you guys worked with fabric on your kits? If so, what fabric, and how do you go about posing with that?
Oh, well, fabric is a very hard thing because fabric is it's a side that we don't really venture with because you're sort of dealing with metallic and fabric, and trying to get fabric to blend it's a bit hard. There's a lot of work involved with it. Say, I would prefer to, if I was to use fabric, I would use silk. The factory uses silk. With silk, creates this it have a very nice curve effect. So if you use sort of wire to support it to create, like, say for instance, if you like the cape look, the cape with all the flare, I would use like wiring to help to form its shape, and the silk sort of just let it wrap it over, sit it naturally over it. Because the hardest thing about fabric is trying to make it look natural.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's a lot of techniques where you can sort of paint a lot of the PVA glues. You can paint PVA glue over it and make it sort of stay in the shape where you like it. And sort of with fabric, you sort of can have one pose out of it as well. So we haven't ventured into doing fabric, but we had come across some techniques and figure out how we're going to use fabric to implement our entry. But we just put our personal opinions that with fabric and Gunpla is just sort of
very hard,
soft and hard type of look. We haven't got the right combination for it at this stage, but definitely something we've tried venturing for sure. But the idea so far, I think.
One last question. Shoki has asked, what other fandoms are you guys interested in? So other interests, I guess, like Gundam, I would say, is a fandom. So.
Well, for me, I'm actually the head of the Macross Australia club on Facebook. So yeah, I'm a big Macross fan, and also Transformers as well. So yeah, for me, it's mainly them two. Yep. Because my collection in Macross is massive. So,
yeah. I've seen pics. I don't know how you live in your room like with all that stuff. Mike, you got any others?
The other one, when I take a break from Gunpla, I build his Zoids.
Yes.
Some of the Ligers and and like.
What about Zoids Wild? Have you seen that new one?
Yeah, it just it's sort of not my thing. I think it's all from like back in those days when I watched when I was younger. So I love my Blade Ligers and my my Panzers and the Jaegers and the Schneiders. Like I just find that particular design of the Zoids looks really good. And it's a lot of the fact that they battle each other is awesome as well.
Chaotic Sentry or New Sentry?
New. The New Sentry.
New. Yeah. The actual, it wasn't the military, it was the just battling each other one. Yeah. Yeah, New Sentry.
Yeah. No, I like New Sentry.
That was sick. I like New Sentry as well. All right, guys, that pretty much brings us to the end of it. We budgeted ourselves an hour, and I think we're almost there. So I don't want to run over time. I know you're both very busy and have to get back to it. Dan's just going to bring up the website for us. So as we said about a week ago or so, when we announced the P Bandai kit that I've just unboxed, first looked and reviewed, courtesy of Mike and Lance at Robo City. They're currently sponsoring. So you'll be seeing some more kits, reviews coming from them. And here is their website, which is just amazing. Go check it out, guys. It's one of the better websites for Gunpla shopping so far that I've seen in all the ones I've browsed. So make sure you go and check that out. There is a Easter sale going on at the moment for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, if you're within Australia. So check that out. What's that, free shipping, guys?
Yep, free shipping, and we actually have with them collect the cards as well. So yeah, we're giving each one away to everybody who buys a kit each.
Every purchase we will give one of our collector's cards away.
Yeah.
So these cards are limited. So we only printed some. We only print some of them out only, and some of them has been more common and some rare. So yeah, we'll be handing them out.
Sweet. All right. So that's the Easter special within Australia. And they also have Kotobukiya Frame Arm Girls, 20% off at the moment. So make sure you hit up the website, check that out if that's your thing. They seem to be quite popular. And obviously because Bandai's now jumped on the bandwagon with their offerings, like the other ones. I can't remember the names of right now. They're escaping me. But make sure you check out this. Yeah, they seem insanely popular. I don't get it. It's not my thing, but there are going to be people who love them. And so if you're interested, guys, anyone in Frame Arm Girls, they do international shipping, but please make sure that you email first before purchasing just to get your quote on the shipping.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. It was a pleasure to chat with you. And Dan's giving us the finger, but not the finger you think. Hang on.
No. I just want to say a big thank you for both of you guys for joining in today. Big thank you to Lance because not a lot of people know, but Lance was one of the first guy to join the Gunpla Network team back in the day, and he's the one behind the design of the logo. Actually, he designed the logo, and he's part of a panel of judge for the top 5 builds of the week. He vote each week and decide who got the best build. That's why you always see Lance at the top, because he vote for himself. But big thank you, man, for everything you've done last year with us, helping us, and I'm super happy, man, that now you are like sponsoring us, and it's like a relationship blowing out. It's like you're my new girlfriend.
Yeah, it's great, and congratulations, you guys are about 26,000 now, is that 25,000 members?
Yeah.
So one of the largest Gunpla groups in the world now, isn't it?
Amazing.
So yeah, congratulations.
Go back a year. What was it? 500, 1,000 members, something like that, and it was like
the first time when I recruited you, we were at 200, and I remember we launched the group on the 21st January, and you joined me. You were my first moderator, and that was in February or March. So you've been a moderator for a year now.
Yeah,
congratulations. And I think we launched the YouTube channel like 3 months after that, and now we are about to reach 3,500 subscribers.
That's crazy, man. That's good.
So let's keep the momentum going with Robo City, guys. Make sure you check out the website. If you're within Australia, remember the free shipping for Easter period. Go and check it out. I've already picked out what I'm going to be buying this week. No, seriously, I'm not joking.
Also, go.
Go for it.
If anyone wants any kits or any tools or anything that we don't have on the website, just email us, and we should be able to help you, because we actually know like most of the tools that needed, So yeah.
See, this is customer service. Everyone else out there, take notice when they say they're going to do something for you, and they'll do it. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the live chat. It was great chatting with you guys and chatting with Lance and Mike. So, over to you, Dan.
Yeah, well, thank you, everyone, for joining us this week. And I think that's it, guys. Are we done?
All right.
Have a nice day.
Have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.